ladies and gentlemen, ChaosWulff here, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at this little beauty, the KV-220, the slightly special Russian Tier 5 premium heavy tank. Now, as I said, this is a slightly special tank, as you can't actually usually buy this in the gift store. Wargaming only actually bring this tank out for special events every so often. I picked up mine over the Easter special event. I had a look at it, thought it looked interesting, so I decided to pick myself up one. And I've not been disappointed at all with this little thing. I've been having some fun matches with it. First of all, let's have a look at some stats on this thing. First of all, you'll notice that it has just shy of 700 hit points, 690. Which is actually 50 better than its tier for tier counterpart, the KV-1. Its engine power is 650, which is again better than the KV-1. The KV-1 has 500 horsepower, but because this beast actually weighs more than the KV-1, the horsepower to ton ratio is roughly the same. The KV-220 has a power to weight ratio of 10.45, whereas the KV-1 has only 10.18. So there's not much in it, but this is ever so slightly more nippy. This tank has not a bad speed limit, especially for Tier 5, of 33 for a Tier 5 heavy tank, whereas the KV-1 has 1 km an hour faster of 34. Both the tanks have a normal trek traverse at 20 degrees a second. The KV-220 traverses its turret at 22 degrees a second, whereas the KV-1, once it has the upgraded turret, actually does outshine this one slightly by 2 degrees, so it is 24 degrees. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the armour of this beast. On paper here, it says the front, side and rear armour is 100 front, 100 side and 80 rear. Turret 90 front, 75 side and 75 rear. In reality, it's a little bit more complicated than that. In reality, the 100mm of frontal armour is this plate along here minus viewport, the driver's viewport there, minus the MG port, and around, back and up along there. So that plate there, minus these two little weak spots. Those two weak spots are the same armour thickness as this frontal hull plate here, which is actually 80mm thick. But as you can see, it is really well angled, and it actually ends up having an effective armour thickness of 175. Again, the lower plate as well, you would think could be a weak spot, but no, that's 100mm as well. And with the angling on those, it basically roughly works out to 112mm. So, not amazing. The entire side of this is 100mm thick. And the rear is, again, a bit of a confusing story. It actually says 80mm. But the 80mm is actually the upper rear here. The lower rear is actually 100mm, which I found really confusing when I found this out. And the turret is, as standard, 75mm side, 75mm the back, but the front is a little bit different. 75mm is only actually the ring here around the mantlet. The mantlet itself here, the mantlet sides, the mantlet cheeks even, are 90mm thick, and the mantlet itself is actually 75mm of spaced armour over that 90mm. I do believe there is a little armour void in the middle, so if you can hit it directly in the middle, you might actually be able to go through. But yeah, some really nice, and interesting armour on this tank, and it works really well, especially if you angle, like so. So coming around corners, you always make sure you angle with your corner facing towards the enemy tank, if you can, so that you maximise your armour thickness. Okay, well that was the armour, and let's have a look at a few more things before we look at the business end of the tank. First of all, we just need to have a quick look at the view range. That's 310 meters, exactly the same as the KV-1. And signal range is 360, which is pretty poor, considering that the KV-1, when it has the fully upgraded radio, is 440. Now let's take a look at the cannon. It's a 76mm and fires 14 rounds a minute. But this is where we start having a little bit of a problem, is that the normal AP shells only have 99mm of penetration. Which means if you were to fire against another KV-220 in the frontal hull, you will almost never be able to penetrate it, like maybe 1/10 times perhaps. The APCR shells, the premium ammo, is only 22mm higher, but it's nothing to be sneezed at really. It's the difference between penetrating and not penetrating. HE 38mm of penetration. Now average damage is both for the AP and APCR is 110 and 156 for the HE. The accuracy is basically typical low-level Russian tank of 0.46, so it is certainly no sniper. And with an aim time of 2.3 seconds, it isn't too fast to aim, but it's not too slow either. The cannon is a bit of a letdown. Thankfully though, this tank does actually get preferential matchmaking, so the highest tier you will ever see is tier 6 in this tank, which makes the slight limitations of the cannon all the more bearable, actually. The problem is though, whenever you come across tier 6 tanks and even a lot of tier 5 heavy tanks, you will need to load the gold. Okay, now let's have a look at the equipment. First of all, always, as I always do, take improved ventilation, as it helps with your aim time, helps with your reload time, helps with everything really. And next thing is an enhanced gun lane drive, because I want to aim in as fast as I can. And for the last slot, I wasn't really sure what to put there, so I didn't know if I'd need a cyclone filter. All the games I've played, I've not really had any problems with having my engine knocked out. Didn't know whether to bother spending any money on a heavy spool liner. Didn't know if I'd have any problems with an ammo rack. So I just happened to have some coated optics lying around, so I threw them on to help compensate for the absolutely abysmal 310 meters of view range. So at least now I get an extra 31 meters view range. Next we'll have a look at my ammo. As this thing actually carries an absolute whopping amount of ammo, 120 in total, compared to the KV-1's 76 with his best cannon. I take, well, funnily enough, 76 AP and 40 APCR, because if you come into tier 6 matches, you will need APCR. And I don't think they're that expensive in this, and as it is a premium tank, you do get extra premium credits. So it does actually make firing premium rounds in a premium vehicle a lot more viable. And just for HE, just for scouts and artillery, just because I want to do some extra bit of damage. And then at the end, just the standard med kit, repair kit, and my usual automatic fire extinguisher. But yeah, that's pretty much all we are going to look at in the garage. Let's move on to some replays. And here we are on Fjords. We are currently platooned with Algulag, one of our clanmates, and he's driving his Panzer 4H. We're here on Fjords, and I am moving around the south, one of my favourite places to go with heavy tanks. And oh, hello, first target, a Wolverine. Put a quick shot into him and back off a little bit. And now we see another, there again, at the Wolverine, and the enemy Panzer 4H, but this one is a little bit stock. He takes a shot round the corner at our little friend, and I move around and put some more shots into him. You can see here that I'm actually using my normal AP As I'm only against tier 5, it's only a medium tank and a very lightly armoured tank destroyer. And that, just taking bounces left, right and centre. There we go, take out the Panzer IV-H. And move forward, keeping the corpse of him between me and the Wolverine. And then poke out this side and take a shot. My little friend puts another shot into him, take another shot, but ding there. Well, there we go, take him out there. And then we continue round, and we see a French heavy, a BDR. He's already been taking some fire. We take a shot, but miss. He spotted us now, so he starts firing towards us, but he only takes our tracks off. I just lock onto him, keep firing, and he goes down quite easily. Get our tracks up and move off. I'll skip ahead a little bit, as it takes us a little while to move off towards the enemy camp. As you can see, our base is still secure, and we have a KV-1 and some other tanks taking on the enemy T-34 and other enemy tanks in the centre of the map. And oh hello, what have we here? We have an AFK KV-1. Take a couple of moving shots whilst I'm going sideways, and pretty much all of them either ding or miss. As I said, pretty much Russian accuracy, not going to do anything at this low tiers. Then, oh, hello there. What have we here? We have one of the enemy artilleries. We have the German arty. So we aim in, take a shot, take 99 off, reload, take the other 110. So, arty kill number 1 secured. Relock onto this, bounce the first shot, hit. And oh look, another tank, a little light tank. And I hit into the KV-1. Oh, he's not AFK. Maybe he's a bot, or maybe he just came back at that particular point. Now I'll take a couple of shots at the little light tank. 2 shots. Oh, we set him on fire, and he's gone. So I decide to move further around. Want to come up behind the enemies there, but oh, hello. A wild T-34 appears. And he fires off, gets killed by gets killed by our Valentine. So I decide to carry on moving around, look for the other artillery, and perhaps come around behind the enemy flak bus. But oh, hello. Second artillery. Lock on, fire, and this time we actually do hit our moving shot. Back up again, take another shot, take him out. So decide to come around, and then oh hello, crap. The flak bus has come down, and I started putting pressure on our M2 medium. So I painfully slowly turn around and start moving back towards. He asks for help. I tell him I'm on my way. And I'm there trying to get a shot on him. But I can't at the moment. But I think he's seen me coming, as he has started backing off. Yeah, there he goes. That's right. Aim in, take a shot, and take him out. So that's a good game. Now it's time to look at some of the post-game stats. Well, as you can see, that was my ace tanker game. And I also got high caliber and top gun thrown into the mix. I managed to bag myself a quite respectable 4,068 XP for the first match of the day. And 64,000 credits. As you can see as well, we were both top, obviously top for both damage and XP, netting 1,356 XP for non-doubled, non-premium. We fired 29 shots, 24 of those hit, 23 of which penetrated, which accumulated in 2,291 damage. In return, we took 9 hits, 3 of which penetrated us, 6 of which didn't, and one of which and one extra was a splash damage. which accumulated in 920 blocked damage. And now we're going to have a look at what happens when this tank comes up against its worst possible matchmaking. Because as you can see, our team has a 40% predicted chance to win. We are against tier 6s, which is the highest tiers this tank can actually come across. And the enemy tier 6s are actually much better than our tier 6s according to XVM. And here we have what appears to be an AFK T49. And at this point, I'm not taking this game too seriously. I'd knock into him, see that he moves quite easily, so I actually did think, let's just start pushing him as far as we can. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. We seem to have a KV-1 that is also AFK. But oh no, the T49 seems to have woken up. He's moved his turret. Oh, and there he goes. You're welcome. I started moving you towards where you were supposed to be. And now I start heading off around Death Mountain. As you can see, we have a KV-1S moving up to the north. Oh, hello. Let's take a shot. Oh, there we go. We hit the Nashorn, and then somebody else takes him out. And then we carry on moving into position. We have a KV-1S and a Cheeto and a Matilda moving up to the north. A Hellcat and another couple of TDs sitting on the sniper ridge. A couple of TDs camping around our base, and an AFK KV-1. We've got an M6, a KV-1, a T-150, a T-25, and me moving around Death Mountain. The T-25's taken the northern flank around to prevent against anybody else flanking, like his evil twin. So I come in, aim up, take a shot, and unbeknownst to me, it was almost nearly dead. So I only take 37 hit points off of him. But as we get into position, we can see that our T-150 is almost down to half health already. And our KV-1 is got the stock cannon at the back. There we go. T-150 is down to less than half health. So I move up to try and relieve some pressure off them. Realise that I've got myself into a bit of a dodgy positioning there, so I can't even get my gun down. But there we go. Take a shot. Don't do anything. Back off while I reload. Move forward. Don't get a shot on that guy. Oh, and now he pokes up on the side. And there he goes. And now we have a ram. Take a quick shot at him. Take off a little chunk of his health. And he backs off. Move around the corner again. Take a shot at the one of the enemy tanks coming around the corner. Back off. And see another one coming around. Take a shot at him. And there's the ram back again. Take a shot at him but miss. Nope, he's back again though. Keep firing at him. And there he goes. Oh, hello, shit. KV-1S. Kill it with fire. Ooh, survived that, but a couple of my friends weren't quite so fortunate. So now it appears that I'm left all alone on this corner. Put a couple more shots into this M6. You see I've got my armour angled against him. He donks on me. But I kind of move forward a little bit too much there, and he hits me in the side but only damages my tracks. But there, now he actually hits me. But then again, that might have been the medium in the back. So I back off, as I've lost a lot of health very quickly there. So now it's time to try and preserve as much of my remaining health as possible. So I back off, and the base snipers actually managed to take out the M6 for me. So now I'm feeling a bit more confident and decide to move out after the Type 58. And there he is, but he's in a damn awful position for me to hit. He's just going to keep poking up and poking down. So he's just showing minimal amounts of his armour. Take a shot there, miss. Come back, try and take another one. No damage. But this is the point where I would have really liked some of the base campers to actually move forward and give me a hand here. But no, they think it's safer to sit back. Well, right now we have a Chinu moving around on the north and a T-49 and a KV-1 higher up that no longer spotted. Oh crap! Another big hit there. T-58. Type 58 actually takes almost all the remaining bit of my health off, so I move behind the corpse of his dead comrades and angle my armour again. So I start backing off, trying to get more shots at him. Take another shot, bounce. But he returns fire and bounces on me, so fair exchange. And as you can see, the people at the back of the base are still camping there. Now we just lost our Hellcat in the north. So I'm rocking backwards and forwards, trying to bait this guy to come out. He moves up, and then moves back down again. This is going to go on for a while. So I call out for help, which I really should have done earlier, but I didn't think about it. I was a little bit too flustered. But then the Su-100 decides to move forward and to support me. So here I am, just rocking back and forth, trying not to offer a stationary target to the Type 58 because I do not want to be taken out at this late stage. This is a very crucial point in the game. The north are, the enemy are actually pushing really heavily on the north now. So the Su-100 comes in, the Type 58 starts focusing more on him. So I turn around, aim at him, decide that this is my time, he's focusing on the Su-100. So I move forward, try and get a shot. Fire and actually hit him. Su-100 goes forward and shoots him right full in the face. So I'll speed this up a little bit now, as it takes a little while to get up and around to their cap. Because my initial plan is to come up around the back of the enemy KV-1 if he is still there. But no, at this point I spot he's further down. So I think, sod this for a game of toy soldiers, I am just going to go and sit on cap. As the only one that I can actually get back in time to stop me is the enemy Wolverine. And he is a little bit preoccupied at the moment. So we're just sitting here waiting on cap. I'll keep this fast forwarded. The Su-100 starts moving back. The Wolverine takes out our Su-85. Wolverine takes out our Su-85B. And he takes out our KV-1. So that's pretty much everybody at cap. But now our Su-100 takes out the enemy KV-1. And then we cap. So, yes, nice game. And again, I'd like to point out that was a 40% chance to win. Don't rely on it. But anyway, post-game stats. As you can see, that was my my second class mastery. I also got a Spartan, an Invader, and a Confederate. And I got just under 3,000 XP for my first match of the day. And 41,500 credits. We were top on XP, but not damage. We fired 22 shots, 19 of which hit, 12 of which penetrated, for a total of 1,037 damage. We received 10 hits, 5 of which of those penetrated, 5 were non-penetrations, and we actually got 1 splash damage. So we blocked 1120 damage with our armour. We actually fired a lot of premium ammo here, as we were against tier 6s. So we actually made a net loss of 15,000 credits. But yeah, as you can see, this is actually quite a nice little tank. It has amazing armour for a tier 5, but the gun is its biggest letdown. But if you're willing to fire gold, and as it is a premium tank, it is kind of more viable to do so, then you will be able to perform in this tank. But whether or not you want to get one yourself is entirely up to you. I do recommend it myself, although you can't get it normally. It's only at special events this tank comes out. But anyway, this has been ChaosWulff. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If so, please rate and subscribe to the channel for further content. And I'll catch you around.